All right. Been kind of busy at work recently, and also probably in the midst of a career slash job change. So that's part of why I um, have not been doing daily uploads quite so much right now. Still waiting on game four. But let's get to the game. We're in fourth position. Hollow projector, silent snoopers, troop transports. Web of power. No Helena to get it though. Shifting allegiances as well. This is a loaded up row, to be quite honest. And it's a good Ilban row too with the Legion. Could just pick Baron because Baron's good. That's the if I don't pick Baron, Crykill, I know Crykill as a person, he will pick Baron. But you know what? I want to play Ilban. Let's try to get this out of card Legion. It's a good Ilban card. Just play that way. There's no Leto to snipe us. So Crykill picked Baron. We knew that was going to happen. Memnon in second position is kind of interesting. With the troop transports in the row, there's an argument that it's correct to pick Baron and you shouldn't pick anything else. But, I put a video up on Baron in my channel not that long ago. I'm not that, interested in playing Baron again. The Snoopers also kind of says Baron, to be honest. Hollow Projectors is nice, although there's not any cards that directly work with it. Semi-weak Skirmish. I wouldn't say it's the worst one, but it's pretty small, all things considered. So it's a weak Skirmish. So even though we have our faction access, we probably are not going to go to Hardy Warriors. We do have green, which is nice because it means that Wealth Mentat seems quite doable. The problem with Wealth Mentat is that it makes it very hard to get the two value cards here. But because we're in fourth position, we expect that we're not going to be able to get them without revealing early anyway. Now, in my opinion, revealing one agent early for Web of Power is still worth it. So we'll have to see what happens when our second turn comes around. Getting Web of Power with only going to Wealth is better than going Wealth Mentat and getting Sedekar Legion, in my opinion. Baron actually blocks Wealth. Okay, so that's not happening. I don't really want Hardy here as a thing, because the combat's not very good. Shoot. Well... I guess we're going to go Still Suits. That early water is always going to be useful, and it doesn't hurt to get something in the combat. We don't expect to win, but second place would be good, especially with the techs available. So second action, we kind of want to get, assuming that someone early reveals for Whip of Power, we want to go tech negotiation second action, so we have 5 for the Sadokar Legion. We also probably, our path to Swordmaster this game is probably through Conspiracy since we went Still Suits. Nobody is early revealing. I think Baron will, but I don't know for sure. Probably I only should have put one troop in. Would have been better. Okay, so Baron blocking tech negotiation tells us very clearly what we need to do. And that's early reveal for Web of Power, because that was going to be my play anyway. So yeah, we're just going to reveal for Web of Power. No question about that one. I've got a lot of Web of Power videos on my channel recently, so we're going to have more of those, I guess. Was trying to go for Sardaukar Legion, but Baron didn't want to let that happen, so that's just the way the cookie crumbled. You know? It's actually good because the reveal is the best part of this card. And, you know, playing Ilban, we draw so many cards, we can just reveal it over and over and over again. After a few days of not playing Dune, it feels pretty good to be back, to be honest. This game's so fun. Oh, looks like the game's freezing. Hold on. There we go. So Memnon gets Spice Smugglers. Shifting Allegiance just goes to Aleza. Is pretty good for her. Smuggler stopped her for Baron. It's pretty unfortunate. Guild Bank Raid. Okay, this is a pretty good one. We might consider going Hardy on this, even though we only have one troop. But if Baron lets us have Hardy, which I don't think he will, you know, we definitely want to block him from it, if nothing else. And it's a point. It's access to Siege Tabor, so it's worth looking at. Now, the alternative path for us is probably either Wealth Mentat or going to Haga Basin and then to Conspire. So let's see what happens here. Goes either Hardy, Haga Basin, or Wealth. Baron takes Hardy, okay. Now we could smuggle here, right? We could go like Signet Ring smuggling. That generates 2 Solari. That's not bad. And that does prime the pump for Mentat, so I think I like that. It also gives us the ability to wait and see what troop deployments are before we put anything in this combat, versus going to like Haga Basin and having to put in our troop immediately. So if Memnon cashes out Solari here, I think we do want to grab the Spice, because then a Conspire would get us exactly where we want to go. But he didn't do that. He went all the way to the top. He's also not in the combat, so we get Solari from just participating. There's that Web of Power we love so much. Okay, I was gonna go Wealth. I can't do that now. I think we don't play the Seek Allies and we just go to Haga Basin, actually. Throw a troop in. Problem is, Eliza does have 2 daggers in hand. So, 1 troop, she will still beat us, even with the 1 dagger that we have. Could also just save the water and go to Imperial Basin. But then we don't have access to Conspire, so I don't think that's the play. We don't have to go Conspire. I mean, we already have a shipping bump, right? So... takes the Legion. A little sad. Okay, is it early reveal for In the Shadows? Is that what we're doing here? Well, there's a holo projectors, right? God, that kind of puts us behind. But... I mean, we could just make our strategy, draw cards, and reveal them, right? There's not really other good cards available, so... You know, it costs us 2 Solari. Let's not do it. Now, it could be fun as an idea, but I'm not super pressed about it. You know, liaisons are still a good fallback for Ilban. No green in hand, unfortunately. Not that we were planning on going to Swordmaster this round anyway, but still annoying. Cloak and Dagger's a good combat, but we kind of spent everything. Conspire will give us the troops back, and maybe a combat card. So we could arguably go to Conspire first action. Also, the Imperial Basin is looking pretty good. Just on its own. I think we want to do the Conspire first, because that way we can send troops in on Imperial Basin. Alternatively, we could go Still Suits and then set up the Great Flat, which no, Poirot has a 2 water, so Baron first to Swordmaster. It's not great to see that, but it's kind of how the hit character works a lot of the time. Technically, nobody can contest the space anyway, but he might be scared of intrigues, right? So we could go Fold Space instead of Conspire. That would set us up for interstellar shipping next round. Or we could do Selective Breeding. Try to draw Whip of Power again. I think we get Swordmaster next round either way. Maybe not. Because if we're shipping down on Solari, then we're giving Eliza a chance to beat us to it. So let's do the Conspiracy. Okay, that's not helpful for quite a while. We have good persuasion in this hand. We just need a good card to come up. The problem is we're going to be the first one to reveal, so... Of these cards, what do we want? Spice Trader, maybe? And the rest of it's pretty crap. Gunthopter's okay. It's just, we don't really... I just don't think we want it. Yeah, I don't think I want any of this stuff, actually. Maybe Liaisons because we're Ilban, but I just want to draw the... I really just want to draw the Web of Power over and over again. see what tech he buys. Troop transports. Okay. Well, that tells us that we're not winning the combat. Mimic film comes up. Okay. Memnon is definitely not too far behind this game. Takes spice, which means that we kind of have to smuggle here now, or else Aleza will probably beat us to the Swordmaster. Smuggle up, I would say. Alternatively, Arakeen and Carthag are fine. They're perfectly passable things to do. So what did he do? Bought the mimic film. Yeah, so I think we stay out of the combat. Memnon's got it. Let's go to 8. And then prep this smuggling track for next round. 5 persuasion's good. Just not with these cards, but it is what it is. You know, Aleza's got a lot of resources. 6, 7, 2. Wow. Yeah. And that's one reason why we didn't participate in the combat. It's honestly a very good play from her, because this is a good combat to win. She can use the bump to get the second bump on Guild. And then I won't be able to go to Interstellar next round. She'll go to Interstellar in the next round, even though she doesn't get Swordmaster. That's a good place for her to be. I do kind of love Conspire. It gives so much stuff. It's just, after, like, round 4, that stuff is not that useful. I do think that, like, if you add bloodlines to this with the Zendikar commanders, and the Solari gets a lot more useful, that Conspire becomes a better space. Spice Smugglers Memnon. Apparently it's a real thing. We ought to get the Web of Power next round. I guess we'll draw a card when we go to Swordmaster, if we don't draw it in our opening hand. You know, the Spice Trader is not that bad. Would have preferred Smuggler's Thopter. I'm a little annoyed to give that to somebody else, but... So the cookie crumbles, I suppose. Because we're going to get to 2 on Fremen pretty quickly here. Probably with Web of Power next round. Or our Seek Allies. So, you know, having a good source of spice would be great. Poirot sitting at 4 water is kind of crazy. This is definitely going to him. Or her. So, I mean, if Aleza's got a good card, she can win the combat. I just don't think that she does. Memnon also has an Intrigue, so it's pretty debatable. And now the good cards show up. Truthsayer and the Voice. likely to get one of those two cards. But so far, Memnon's just been playing pretty well, actually. He's kind of in an awkward spot on Swordmaster priority, but if he can get past that, he's in a good situation. And I honestly think he's not in a bad position to just try to blitz the game out, because, like, you know, go to High Council, buy some SMFs, get another bump, and just try to get in the game in around 6 or 7. It's definitely feasible for him. So first action, we have to Swordmaster. We don't have to. You know, Poirot could have drawn... what's the new tech? Flagship. Windfall, but it's not likely. Memnon also could do it with Windfall, so because both of them are in Windfall range, I don't think I want to take that risk. So let's just go ahead and do this, even though Smuggling would be better overall. We have the Web of Power in hand, which is nice. She has to take Spice here in order to use her shifting. Which is kind of awkward for her because she wants the one Solari for next round. But I mean, it's still a very good place for her to be. I think Baron's flying under the radar a little bit, though, because he's got a Mimic Film, Smuggler Softer, Swordmaster. Liaison on top. If it makes it back to me, I do want to go Smuggling. Okay, more water. Sure. Debatable if you need that, but who am I to criticize? This is an incredible amount of spice. I think we do want to go Still Suits just to make it so that if Poirot does not go... I mean, he's got a lot of yellow in his discard pile. If he doesn't go there and grab it, you know, that we have the chance to. It's not like these guys do. And there's a chance he doesn't have yellow in his hand. It's not likely, but it's possible. Or maybe, you know, his card he set aside, you know, forces him to go do something else. You know, that type of thing. Okay, Smuggling. That's what we wanted, so that definitely tells us that we go Still Suits. And if we don't get this, we can still use a research station later. It's not too bad. Do we deploy 2 troops here? So water and an Intrigue if we don't get it. Memnon is not getting troop transports this round. Yeah, I'd probably do it. That's one of 3 for the Web of Power. Yeah, he grabs it. No surprise there, but it was worth hoping on, right? Besides, we can go to Arakeen or Carthag with our last action. I'm definitely... Well, Arakeen gets us to 4 Persuasion, which could be this Smuggler's Thopter, whereas the Intrigue card is probably more generally valuable, but also getting the Liaison out of the deck means that we draw into the Web of Power again sooner. Snoopers, Wind Traps. Okay. 4 Intrigues from Memnon. If he doesn't burn those, I'll definitely go to Secrets. Okay, that changes my play, honestly. Although Baron might do it himself, and then I won't be able to. If Baron steals Intrigue cards, that's bad for everybody. Oh, God. Ugh. Shoot. Okay. That's really bad. I didn't even know he had that card. Well, now I think we would prefer Arakeen because we want to get to 3 Persuasion for Truthsayer. That is so bad that he got away with that. Draw the Liaison. Put another troop in. If we use the result of the victory to buy Wind Traps, I don't think we get the water. I think the victory will have resolved by then. So our only faction access right now is Diplomacy plus Web of Power. 2 Persuasion, so she can't get the Truthsayer at least. I mean, this shouldn't be hard for her. She should pick up Voice. I don't know why she's taking so long. Maybe she's got an Intrigue reveal. There's Voice gone. Initiate would be an okay fallback if I couldn't get Truthsayer. Memnon should pick up Thopter here. Yeah. Ooh, Stilgar. Damn. Is Baron going to come in here with enough Intrigue juice to kill me? Probably. 3 cards in hand. I mean, this is probably the turning point of the game right here, is stealing an Intrigue card from Memnon, in my opinion. Yeah, we get the Truthsayer, which is nice. Oh, I hope nobody can afford that. Spacing Guild. Could choose Emperor just because it's a more competitive alliance. And the Solari is good for or for Ilban. Let's choose Guild. Because the card draw is pretty good. Especially with Jessica out, we want the card draw. Yikes. He could beat us with Intrigues, too, honestly. We don't have an alliance for the Allied Armada. This is like a round 7 card, honestly. I mean, maybe it'll be useful then. Who knows? What do you got, Baron? Just wants to go to Intrigues, okay. The good news is he'll go to 4 Intrigues, and now he can be stolen from. So do we advance here? We have 0 spice. I don't know that Wind Traps does anything. Hollow Projectors is okay. But we don't have any unload stuff. I think Recalling is better. There we go. Now our Web of Power is fully loaded. Didn't draw it. Didn't draw Truesayer either. But we have a lot of Persuasion. Machinations. Okay. Memnon grabs Swordmaster. Good for him. Unfortunately, nobody went to Secrets, which was kind of the thing that, like, I thought that we would do to stop Baron, and it looks like it didn't happen. Now, if I'm lucky, Baron won't do it either, and then I can go to Secrets, but I don't think he's going to let that happen. I think he's going to play, like, a Sleeper Must Awaken or something here. I've played against Crykill enough to know that he's not gonna just let this happen. Yeah. Well, that's pretty frustrating. This could be a good turn for Research Station. I think we want to play our Signet Ring first so that we can load up a Mentat. 2 spice. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just go to Research Station. And there's a Web of Power in there, right? Well, it's in the bottom half. What's our alliance for the Allied Armada? I think it's probably Emperor. That's the easiest one to get. And if we try to get Fremen or try to get Guild, we're going to have to fight somebody for it. And then also Poirot has the In the Shadows, which, you know, BG is normally my go-to alliance by default, but In the Shadows makes that pretty impossible. I don't know if Poirot is, what his deal is right now. He timed out twice now. I think he just, like, gave up. So now, it's basically between me and Baron. Yeah, Memnon's maybe a contender, but I don't think so. I think it's just I have to beat Baron now. Some odd hardy warriors unless he's got good intrigue cards. So I think we should assume that he does. Otherwise, that play doesn't make any sense. There goes my selective reading. Everyone's at 3 intrigue. It's kind of funny. Crusader to Wealth. Okay. No Web of Power. Barring something unusual, we should get Jessica here. Baron has 5 cards in hand, so it's possible for him to get her. We might choose not to Mentat for that reason. But honestly, Mentat gives us 50-50 on drawing web, so I think it still makes sense, even if we don't play the last action. But no, because he's going to reveal before us if we don't reveal early, so if we play Mentat, we're basically saying if he's got it, he's got it, right? So... Also, SMF is good. We don't have to get Jessica, although I prefer it over SMF 10 times out of 10. Among other things, it gives us an alliance for the machinations. Yeah, this guy is definitely AFK now. He is officially disconnected. Power play is also interesting because power play is probably better than a Spice Must Flow, but it's not entirely clear. I would have liked to have gone to Secrets. Can't. Although I can if I draw Web of Power off of Mentat, which means I think I probably want to go Mentat now. Let's see what Baron does. If he goes like Tech Negotiation or something, that's a warning sign. Arakeen is somewhere in the middle. It's hard to say. Does he buy an Intrigue? He does not. He didn't draw the Web of Power. Okay. It's annoying. So it's not going to be shuffled into the next deck either because of that. Minlan's got 4 Intrigue cards, so I think we assume that we can't beat him here. Eight. Oh, God. Baron, you bastard. And because Poirot's an AI now, he might not be able to, like, figure out how to do this correctly. Okay, so, I mean, we can play Spice Trader, go down to 8. Discard a card for Spice. think that's the play. We don't get an SMF that way, but power play is about as good. Grand Conspiracy. So, I mean, they've got so many intrigues, I don't know if I even want to... Like, surely Memnon's going to spend one here. One dagger in hand. I can't use my Alert Armada. Because the Web of Power won't be shuffled into the deck anyway, we buy Liaisons for Persuasion. Doesn't play a card. Okay, maybe he has... Okay, maybe he has, like, To the Victor or something, and I messed this up. I don't know. But I think he has combat cards in there, too. Nope, he didn't spend a card at all. Okay. So Grand Conspiracy. SMF is easy. High Council is easy. Two Dreads is not easy. I think it might be worth trying for this. I can't steal an entry card to save my life, dude. Hopefully one of them goes to secrets and I can infiltrate it with Web of Power. No luck with that. Okay, don't play an intrigue card, please. Of course, Baron will just go and steal for it from you instead, but that's fine because Baron will go to 4 instead. The worst case scenario is if you play one of these stupid things. Solari, I like that. I need a High Council seat for this Grand Conspiracy. Doesn't play it, uses Snoopers. Okay, so Baron's going to steal, and then I steal from Baron, unless Baron plays a card. Baron doesn't steal. Okay, well, I'll do that. I'll do it then. Urgent Mission is interesting, but not good. Okay, power play is good, though. Picked up an ambush is actually really useful. Or maybe I picked up the Urgent Mission. Either or is strong here. So Memnon's holding BG and Guild. Guild we could plausibly threaten with the power play. BG, not so certain. Drop the Reconnaissance. Now, this is interesting, because if Baron goes to 4 intrigues, I absolutely Urgent Mission off of secrets and go there again. Patat Inoto. Memnon loses a troop. Interesting. He must be going for an SMF. And unable to spare. Do you spend an Intrigue Baron? After all, Secrets is not available, so you shouldn't do it. Urgent mission, recall that. Do we Web of Power there, or do we Power Play there? I think we Web of Power there. Although we can Power Play to Selective Breeding. Web of Power. Bribery, hello. We can save this, right? So let's save the bribery for using it with Emperor Alliance, I think. Oh my god. Everyone's at 4. This is crazy. Tiebreaker is interesting. Okay. We want to draw cards. I don't kind of want to be in this combat, though, because I won't be able to go below 4, most likely. Unless I spend a bunch of combat cards. I don't really want to do that either. Power play or bribery allows us to steal one of these alliances. Either Fremen or Guild. I think Fremen is the better one to steal. Partially because the person that could steal it back is an AI, so yeah. I think we just play the Spice Trader here, honestly. That gets to 6. We're not guaranteed to draw the Diplomacy, but we should put ourselves in position, perhaps. So we could, since we have 4 spice, we could just go to Great Flat. Get even more spice. Arakine's probably not useful. Carthage is maybe useful, but then we end up giving ourselves too many troops, or not too many troops, too many intrigues. Honestly, this card kind of sucks. I can put 3 troops in, draw even more intrigues. He's at 8, so we could do like ambush plus rapid, but then we're still at 4. I don't see it. I mean, the problem is that this allows Krykill to go and steal 3 different intrigue cards on his turn, which is really bad. At least Test of Humanity and Diplomacy are in his discard pile, so he may not have the option. So Memnon plays a card, gets back up front, and it was an expensive one too, so that's good. It's also good that it keeps Memnon below 4, so the swing in Baron's favor is not so enormous. If he does get the secrets. Okay. We want to go to secrets, but we can't. We want to go to Highliner, but we can't. What's our solution here? We want to draw. What's the best way to draw? It's probably Research Station. So let's do that. It guarantees that we draw our diplomacy. And nobody else is at 6, so we definitely get the Highliner. I can also go Secrets and steal from Aleza and block somebody from stealing from me, which could be as useful, given how much combat juice we have. And it doesn't spend our spice. Which is still useful because there's a flagship out. So I think it's better to go Secrets here. Okay, Baron locks in BG. That makes going to Secrets for him not good, even if he could go. Baron is now clearly the threat to win. We have 4 on 1. We'll have 4 on 2 soon. So Grand Conspiracy seems doable. We do actually have to get that last bump on Emperor, which is not a given. Web of Power will make it likely, though. If the game goes that long. Yeah, I think Secrets is the better play overall here. We do run the risk of losing High Council doing that, though. But let's do it. Sleeper. Oh, that's so strong, actually. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 intrigues. If we lose, well, we can only blame ourselves, right, at that point? Memnon goes up to 4 intrigues again. This is the most, 4 intrigue heavy game I've ever seen, to be honest. The troop deployments are coming. I don't know, they haven't done them yet. There it is, Chum shares. Goes back up to 8. Okay. Crykill could also hit High Council here. But if he does, he's not going to win the combat. Damn it. Okay. So, what do we do here instead? We could buy a Dreadnought. Assume the game goes another round, buy a Dreadnought. Buy Chimerky. That would be kind of funny. Buy Mimiquarters. Mimiquarters is not bad. We actually probably get the Mimiquarters point. Yeah, I think we go Dreadnought by Mimiquarters. I didn't see that that was there. That leaves us with enough spice left over. We got there. Let's go. Let's do this. Just in case somebody has an infiltrate. To get the Mimiquarters point, we need another bump on Guild now. We're drawing Web of Power next round guaranteed, assuming the game goes another round. Which I think it will, but it's not for sure. The only problem is we don't have enough spice to use the Allied Armada now, so we're just relying on Ambush and Tiebreaker. We have an SMF, we have 2-on-4. We don't have 2 Dreadnoughts and we don't have High Council, but it seems plausible that we could hit Dreadnought and High Council next round. Of course, if we somehow win this combat, there won't be another next round. New tech is Spy Sats. I don't think anyone wants that. I guess Aleza could get a point from it, but Aleza's dead anyway, so... Okay, it looks like maybe Memnon will win this combat, and if Memnon wins the combat, then he wins the game. Right? Because we don't have the second point from Grand Conspiracy. We go to 9 and tie him. We'll see what happens here. SMF. Go to 9. But he's only tied with us. He has 3 intrigues in hand. We have 2 combat cards. We have Tiebreaker. So actually, if we don't play the Tiebreaker, and he gets it exactly 10, we should be able to win. We don't get the Mimiquarters point, though. I mean, the Mimiquarters point was the Emperor, basically. Okay. Depends on what he's got packing in hand, if we can beat him here or not. 1 dagger, that might put him over the edge. I really do not want to use this Tiebreaker. Although we would beat him without the Tiebreaker on Spice anyway. So it's pretty safe to do that. Right? Because second place gives us enough Spice that we would win anyway. Yeah, let's just play it. I'm sure he's got a combat card. The fact that he's pausing makes me think he probably does not have a combat card. No, he does. Okay, so the game does end this round, but I believe I beat him on Spice. Unless he's got, like, command respect or something. Oh, wait, I don't have the granted conspiracy point. No, I think he just beats me just straight out by a point. Where did I think I was getting that 10th point from? Oh, man. Damn. Well, that's just how a cookie crumbles sometimes. What could I have done differently? Well, I could have gone Highliner instead of Secrets. What would that have accomplished? Yeah, I don't know. I think I should have gone Highliner instead of Secrets. It just depends on if somebody was going to steal from me or not, right? These guys, besides me, didn't seem like they cared at all about stealing, so maybe I could have gone Highliner, not had my card stolen. I don't know. If the game went another round, I definitely would have won. But, you know, I guess I just needed to fight for the combat. I really didn't think Memnon was going to get there. And then at the end, I just did the math wrong, right? I just thought I had more points than I had. Maybe I was counting the Mimicorder's point or something. Or maybe I thought that I had the Grand Conspiracy point. Anyway, that's my bad. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.